Hello and welcome to Festool TV. My name is Frank. In this video, I'll be discussing the detachable domino basic structure and furniture connectors. I've already prepared some furniture components for this video's demonstration. This represents a cupboard panel where the boards are secured. As you can see, we've got a 32mm system. The combination of the basic structure and furniture connectors with the 32mm system from Festool works brilliantly. I'm now going to demonstrate how it works. I've already adjusted the domino jointer. The material thickness has been set to 20mm and the routing depth adjusted to 28mm. This means that the routing drill will route into the shelves at a depth of 28mm. The machine has been set to a precise dowel setting. It's quite easy to find where I need to drill my dowel holes, because there are small stops here. I know that the distance between the stop and the middle of the cutter is 37mm. This is exactly the distance from the edge to the drilled series of holes. Let's start routing. I'll use this stop pin and position it against this point. Now I'll drill the stop hole. The first dowel hole has now been routed. Now it's time for the second shelf. When routing, it is important to note that the second shelf is positioned slightly further back because this is where the rear wall will be. At the front, I can still use the 37mm setting, but I can't at the rear. In this instance, I need a 15mm setback at the back. I can do this using this scale. This allows me to precisely incorporate the 15mm setback. The dowel holes have now been routed. Next, we'll route the holes for the fittings. To do this, we'll use this drill template. I can adjust this to the material thickness for the routed holes. What's special about it is that I can connect the drill template to the extractor system. I can use the C18 drill with a drilling cutter to drill these 15mm holes. Using the extractor system also makes the process very convenient. I can activate it by pressing here. As you can see, it operates via Bluetooth, which makes it very easy to switch the extractor on and off. We've now machined one shelf. Let's move on to the second shelf. We'll use the same approach. The panels have now been routed and drilled. Now let's look at the individual fittings. For the shelves, we'll be using these metal sleeves, which are inserted here. The metal sleeves are locked in place by these plastic clamps, so that they don't fall out when moving the shelf. We also need to make the joint to the cupboard panel. The starter system includes bolts which I can screw into these 5mm holes. This is very convenient. As the bolts can be fixed and screwed in using the standard bit holder. It goes without saying that you must ensure that the torque isn't set to high. I'll use the screwdriver to move the bolts into the correct position. The cutout should always be facing inwards. In the case of this shelf, for example, they should be facing downwards so they can screw the shelf together from underneath. All of the preparatory work is now finished. Now I can put the shelf into position. Of course, some of you may say that you need a few dowels here. And that's certainly the case. I can insert another wooden dowel, or for larger boards, I can use another 2 wooden dowels for even better stability. In this example, there's only one outer panel. If this was a center panel, there'd be another option. This set includes additional bolts, which can be inserted through the panel. I'll show you on the next hole here. I can screw the bolts together. This means that I've got one bolt on top and one underneath to create a center panel. This system offers a lot of possibilities for joining outer and center panels. I'll screw it together. I'll just clear a bit of space. The distance from the drilled series of holes should start at around 9.5mm. This is the case if I'm using a 19mm or 20mm panel so that it's also flush here. That's how quick and easy it is to make furniture, especially when using this 32mm hole distance system. The cupboard's integrated with the rear wall. I think you now have everything you need for building cupboards. I hope you enjoyed this video. I look forward to seeing you again. I'm Frank. Thanks for watching. See you next time.